Morning, everybody. Today, I won't be doing a ponage video. I won't be doing anything like I've done in the past. Well, okay, maybe if I go back 100 or so videos. Um, yeah, it's time for a nice change of pace. Uh, the other day, last week, I was upstairs with my friend smoking pot with him. We're both medicinal users because we're both fucked up with our backs. And I was talking to him about how cool it would be to see Star Wars in 3D. It would be cool to retro make those movies into 3D movies and put them back in theaters. What do you know? What did I read last night? Steven Spielberg, or what am I? Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry to the Star Wars. Okay, now I'm sorry for both the Star Trek and the Star Wars fans for having screwed that up because yeah, that's a sad sinful thing to do. Anyway, Star Wars in 3D. Um, Beginning with the Phantom Menace in 2011, George Lucas is going to release every year one of the Star Wars movies in sequence of their chapters in 3D. And I was reading the article on it, and they talk about how certain movies that have gone retro 3D, or movies that were not 3D to begin with that were hastily remade as 3D, haven't fared very well. But then you have to understand, we're talking about George Lucas here. I mean, this guy is one hell of a forward-thinking individual. He knew during the original productions of Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6, A New Hope, The Return of the Jedi, that he wanted to put more into the movie. That someday he was going to make the movie the way he wanted to make it. But the technology wasn't there, so he did things to the movie so that he could add things later. Like, take for instance, okay, The Empire Strikes Back, the Cloud City. In the original movie, there were a lot of panels that were white that they were walking across. If you watch the remake of the movie with the added scenes, those have now turned into windows where you can see projections of what the city might look like from wherever. I think he did some very interesting aesthetic jobs to the movie that were incredible. He every time he remakes the movies, they're better. Um, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking 3D. I'm thinking Star Wars. I'm thinking the most iconic scene I can think of is from A New Hope, the original, the first movie he ever made. They're coming around that red planet, and all those TIE fighters or X-Wing fighters are getting ready to go into battle, and you see them coming across the planet, and they're panning on these ships. I mean, to see that in 3D. I mean, after he digitally enhanced it so that you can actually count the rivets on the ships, now you're going to see it in 3D. Cool. And look at Return of the Jedi. A lot of the fight sequences, it's a head-on look at the ships. You're looking head-on to these ships coming right at you, um, and firing their weapons. You know, in some of the most iconic fight scenes, those are going to come out great because they're going to look like ships coming right at you, wanting to kill you. I mean, think about it. It's going to be, if Steven Spielberg pulls this off, I really think he's making a mistake releasing them in 2011. He should start in 2013. Why? Because if you spend enough time to do it, um, maybe even possibly reworking a few scenes to work better in 3D. I don't see how you should change any dialogue. I'm figuring the only thing that you're going to make 3D in the movie are the fight scenes and the external scenes. So it's not like you're going to have to um, reshoot any kind of scenes. Possibly like you had to do, like you did with the dance scene in Return of the Jedi, or he did. It's like I'm sitting here discussing this directly with Steven Spielberg, who will probably never see this video. Anyway, yeah, reworking some scenes, and if you're gonna rework certain scenes out of the movies, uh, stay true to the original movies. Do it with models. Do not do it with CGI. Um, Truthfully, yeah. But I think you're doing it a little early. I think you're a little hasty. I think it'll be good when you do release it, but I think it would be so much better if you spent more time on it. Um, Figuring out the logistics and should we rework these scenes to make them look better in 3D? Lightsaber fighting in 3D? That sounds interesting. That sounds real interesting. You know, but I can't wait to see it. I literally cannot wait to see Star Wars in 3D. It's like the ultimate Star Wars experience if, and only if, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas can pull this off. I'm sorry, I keep getting Lucas and Spielberg mixed up, and to all of the Star Wars fans out there, I apologize greatly. I know that it's a sin against God to do that. So, sin against the Star Wars God anyway. Yeah. Uh, it it's kind of like, it's to the Star Wars people what it is like getting Doctors number 3 and 4 mixed up in Doctor Who. I get really pissed off if somebody did that because, yeah, they're different. Anyway, if worked correctly, it could be one of the most highest grossing 3D movies put out so far, simply for the fact that it's Star Wars. But, another thing he should do, um, with this movie, he should have private screenings of this movie when he's finished with it with die-hard Star Wars fans in private sessions, and then get their take on it. If they think things need to be fixed, fine, fix them. What should be done to fix it? Star Wars has become a mythology in itself. Um, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas may have invented it. It may have come from that man's head, but it has taken on a life of its own, and he has to understand that. He may be the right holder. He may be he may hold all the copyrights to the movie and the marketing rights and all that good stuff. But since it has taken on a life of its own, if he screws up, he could screw up his entire career. He could become like blacklisted by like the sci-fi fans of the world because it's no longer his movie. It's our movie. It's the movie to a generation. Uh, Whether he wants to admit to that or not. Um, so I think really he should get some diehard um, Star Wars fans a private screening of the movies before they're released, to see if they should be changed, fixed, what should be done, or even if he's going to do it, have them involved from the beginning. What would you like to see? Would you like to see this in 3D? Is it possible to remake the scene so it looks better in 3D? Yeah, uh, that's what I think. Be careful, Mr. Mr. Lucas. Uh, you're fucking with something that is yours, and you have every right to do it. But remember, in the process, all the people out there that have been so thoroughly uh, entertained by your myth that you have created with the help of Joseph Campbell, one of the greatest storytellers I have ever come across. Um, God, I want his entire works. I would love to get The Power of Myth on video and his lecture series. That's even rarer. Um, yeah. I would love to get Joseph Campbell's lecture series on myth. Anyway, that's what I have to say. Um, I am eagerly anticipating Star Wars in 3D to come out to theaters, but I really do think that certain consideration should be taken while you're converting these scenes. I mean, yeah, even even at your even with your knowledge, Mr. Lucas, even with your notoriety, this could still make or break you because of just exactly what it is. So stay true to the fans and don't piss them off. Give them something that they're going to love. Give them something that they're going to, their mouth will water. And that's all I have to say. Good luck, Mr. Lucas.